Hello, my name is Jaime Aguilar, and you are watching my virtual tour of the Neue Wache, or New Guard. Follow me down to Berlin, Germany, and we arrive to Unter den Linden Boulevard. Constructed in 1818, the Neue Wache functioned as housing for the Palace Guard, but it also served as an unofficial monument to the Liberation War, a conflict where German states like Prussia and their allies fought against the French Emperor Napoleon in 1813. Facing the vestibule, you can quickly identify a classical Greek-inspired design. It uses Doric-style columns, which are placed directly on top of the stylobate, topped with a blocky architrave and a frieze decorated with carvings of Nike, the goddess of victory. The pediment is depicting a battle with Nike positioned between two chariots. The designer, Carl Friedrich Schinkel, claims it was intended to maintain the character of a monument. The main structure was modeled after a castrum, a Roman military camp with four quarter towers surrounding an inner court. These characteristics were intended to represent values of military strength. In 1822, statues of Prussian military strategists were placed on the sides of the building. These statues have since been moved to an area across the street in 2002. Following Germany's defeat in World War I in 1918, the Neue Wache no longer served as a ceremonial showplace. While Great Britain and France had dedicated memorials to honor their dead, Germany had no official national memorial. In 1924, the first proposals were made to repurpose the Neue Wache as Germany's central memorial to honor those who gave their lives in the Great War. The proposals were controversial, and it wasn't until late 1929 that the remodeling project would begin. In 1931, a ceremonial show of unity was held at the Neue Wache opening, attended by many significant political figures and drawing a large public audience. The ceremony was broadcast over all radio stations. The monument was given the name Memorial Site for Those Killed in the World War. The memorial design had a sculpted oak wreath on a large block of black granite as the centerpiece. An inscription displayed 1914 to 1918, the years of World War I. This design emphasized national mourning instead of the original statement of Prussian militarism. But in 1933, Hitler's rise to power brought another renovation, the addition of a large iron cross behind the granite block, a silver wreath, and renamed the monument Place of Honor for Those Killed During the World War. With these additions, the monument once again reflected military values, and the Nazi renovation linked military honor with Christian self-sacrifice. Ceremonial Prussian military drills were once again performed. Fighting with Soviet forces in Berlin, the Neue Wache sustained damage, but the overall structure remained intact. The silver wreath was stolen, and the granite block warped by fire. It was used as the backgrounds of posters proclaiming German-Soviet friendship, peace, and prosperity. From the GDR's founding in 1949, there were debates on whether it should be restored due to its symbol of Prussian militarism and fascist honor. Tessenow, the designer of the ruined memorial, suggested leaving the destroyed memorial as a reminder of the war. The East German government decided to leave Tessenow's interior, only adding the words, "to the victims of fascism and militarism." In 1960, a ceremony held at the Neue Wache brought a new design. Tessenow's black granite block was replaced by an eternal flame, and the symbol of the GDR was added. Copper plaques to the unknown soldier were placed before the eternal flame. The remains of an unknown resistance fighter and an unknown soldier were buried underneath the plaques. They were surrounded by 18 smaller urns. 9 were filled with soil from multiple concentration camps, while the rest were filled with soil from different European battlefields. The designer, Lothar Kwasnitsa, wanted the memorial to reflect the GDR as an anti-fascist state. The unknown soldier was symbolized as a martyr for the nation. The resistance fighter represented anti-fascist struggle. The GDR continued to use the Neue Wache as a military ceremonial and parade place. Until the GDR's end in 1990, a ceremony was held there every year on May 1st honoring East German anti-fascist heroes. In 1993, the Neue Wache was renamed the Central Memorial of the Federal Republic of Germany for the victims of war and tyranny. The 1914 to 1918 inscription was replaced with the words, "To the victims of war and tyranny." It included an enlarged version of Käthe Kollwitz's sculpture, Mother with Her Dead Son, to replace Tesseno's black granite block and the GDR's Eternal Flame. This memorial would represent a universal maternal mourning for German grief. After much debate, the Neue Wache was dedicated on November 14, 1995, the National Day of Mourning. Today, it hosts ceremonies with honor guards, trumpeters, and drummers. Soldiers do not enter the building, and its interior is constantly guarded by a private security company. In conclusion, we have discussed how artistic expression, historical events, and messaging of the Neue Wache played a role in German culture and society. Thanks for watching.